Back to the middle class. And when we do that, when we think big, there is nothing that we cannot accomplish. There is nothing that I have discussed with you this afternoon that is radical. There is nothing that is out of the mainstream of American society. There is nothing that the vast majority of the American people do not support. So please, I don't want anybody to tell me that the United States of America cannot join the rest of the world guaranteeing health care to all people as a right. Please don't tell me that we cannot have the best child care and pre-K system in the world rather than a dysfunctional one. Don't tell me, as my Republican colleagues insist, that we have to cut Social Security when in fact we have to expand Social Security. Tell me that with all of the energy and intelligence and all the great scientists we have in this country, that we cannot lead the world working with China and Russia and India and other countries in transforming our energy system away from fossil fuels. Do not tell me that in this great nation we cannot bring our people together and fight back successfully against those who want to divide us. Don't tell me that we cannot create a nation in which all people, white, black, Hispanic, Asian American, Native American, cannot have the full protection of the law and live with justice and dignity. Don't tell me that our gay brothers and sisters cannot get married and have children. The things we can accomplish. This is the nation that we can become when we do not allow our opponents to divide us, whether we're black or we're white, whether we're Mexican, whether we're born in this country, whether we're gay, we're straight, man, woman, whatever. When we stand together and fight for a nation that works for all of its people, there is nothing that we cannot accomplish. And I look forward to bringing that day together with you. Thank you all very much. Do we have some microphones?
Yes, we do.
Where are the mics?
There's one back there.
I don't see the mic person back there. Okay, let's start right there and we'll go to the other side. Yeah.
Big B.
Hello.
Hi.
That was awkward. But my name is Bryn. I'm new-ish to Dubuque. I moved out here in June from Michigan originally. And when our governor, beautiful Mr. Branstad, is working on privatizing Social Security and Medicaid. I think Social Security is wrong, but Medicaid. Anyways, this past week was Mental Health Awareness Week, and then it culminated with Human Rights Day. And so throughout my experience here in Dubuque, I've learned a lot about how our human rights are violated when it comes to healthcare. A few months ago, I actually went to the hospital to receive help, and they didn't have enough beds for me. And so I was sent home and told, you know, if you need help, just contact a crisis hotline. And so I'm speaking today, it's a personal story, but I want to be an advocate for those who can't or don't have the ability to speak. And so I just want to thank you for your advocacy.
Bryn, thank you for standing up and raising an issue of enormous consequence. Not only, Bryn is absolutely right, not only do we have a major health care crisis in this country in terms of people being uninsured or underinsured, we also have, on top of all of that, a major, major mental health crisis in America. And frankly, it is beyond my comprehension, not that I want to get involved in Iowa politics, but for the governor to try to privatize Medicaid makes zero sense to me at all. So, Bryn, I do not want to see a situation when people need mental health treatment being turned away. Truth is, I get calls in my office in Vermont, and I think probably people in every state get the same calls, of people who are in desperate need of mental health treatment today, not 2 months from today. And therefore we need a revolution in the way we do mental health, so it is there when people need it, regardless of their income or the status of their insurance.
Hello. I can't help but think you didn't want to give me the mic. But the irony is that I'm right with her because my son is in MHI and he's given Thorazine, which in 1970 they proved that it caused brain damage. Okay, so I'm really not the enemy. What I want to ask you is, how do you change a corrupt system within that system? How do you get away from the two-party? Nader tried it and didn't even get on the ticket.
Well, for a start, I'm running in the Democratic caucus and primary process. Hope you all know that. Because on caucus night, I need you to come on out. I made a decision at the beginning of this campaign. I am the longest serving independent in the history of the United States Congress. But I made the decision for a dozen different reasons that I would pursue the Democratic nomination. I am proud to tell you that the last poll had us up by 10 points in New Hampshire, and I think we're gaining here in Iowa, and with your help, we're going to win this state.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Hi Bernie, my name is Max, and my question is about the United Nations. So, this past September, Saudi Arabia was chosen to lead a UN panel on human rights. Do you feel that having countries with abysmal human rights records leading panels on human rights undermines the role and dignity of the United Nations?
Yes. I think we have got to, it's very easy to beat up on the United Nations. But at the end of the day, I'd rather have people talking at each other and yelling at each other rather than dropping bombs on each other.
I'm Lisa, I'm a student, and I'm really interested in peace and justice issues, and specifically the U.S.'s role throughout the world. And I was just wondering if you could clear up, or I'm not familiar with your drone policy. Drones inspire a lot of fear and hatred toward the U.S., especially with the recent bombing of Doctors Without Borders. And I was wondering what your presidency would do to, stop all of that senseless killing.
Good question. Thank you.
Drones are a weapon that have been used in many cases, and you talking about the Doctors Without Borders is a perfect example. Far too often, what drone attacks have ended up doing is killing innocent men, women, and children, or in that case, an important medical facility for one of the bravest organizations in the world. doctors without borders. So I think we need to be doing a much, much, much better job in making sure that drones accomplish what they're supposed to accomplish. We have not done that, so I think we need to review our drone policy in a very significant way.